Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jonin Monkey Talkthrough, me the Jonin Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader.
Yeah, sorry about my harsh
Yay,
cut
more
off.
fat Kremlings with evil laughs.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyway. Yes, we're now, as Sven pointed out, we are on to another boss fight, and it's the return of a boss which we've already seen before in this game. Although I do have to wonder why it's this boss that's repeated, not any of the others, but what the hey. It is k.rool with his Dr. Robotic phase, as we get the Mega Ramp. And for those of you wondering what the Mega Ramp was, it's this bloody robot again.
Yeah, this seems vaguely familiar.
Yeah. Now the boss's weak spots are in the same point as before, and you've defeated it pretty much the same fashion, but there are a few things you want to keep in mind. First off, he uses these mines instead of bombs, so rather than you'll be dead if they explode near you, you'll be dead if any one of those touches you. And the second is that since this is the complete version, there's now a drill, as well as a Gatling gun.
Well, you can't discredit him for not thinking ahead.
Yeah. Best strategy I can think of is basically to lure one of the weapons away so that the arms are frozen and out of reach, basically. Because one thing that is a nice touch, if you do try and... oh crap, bullets. If you do try and unhinge that bolt while the drill there, the arm will knock you away, which I do think is a nice...
That is actually a very clever idea. Which I'm amazed I'm saying of k.rool of all people.
Yeah, well, to be fair, k.rool's the intelligent one, it's just his minions most of the time.
Surrounded by idiots. In the vein of his good old contemporary Tywin Lannister.
Yeah. Now, this is a tense situation because normally I would have saved this star for the last instance to take this guy out because, well, usually his panda is so erratic there's barely any way to get through. Unfortunately, I got a little cocky thinking I could hit all of the spots and him in one run. I couldn't.
Well, that was a quick boss.
Yeah. Thankfully, I managed to say... Thankfully, I managed to do it by sacrificing Diddy. Sorry, buddy.
You know, your history of doing that kind of makes me worry for my own safety.
Ah, that's alright. Just as long as you're not on my back, everything will be fine.
I've heard that before.
I'm a little nervous about the context of where you heard that, but never mind. Anyway, k.rool's now doing the usual villain tactic. Run away! Run away!
Yes, when in doubt, run for your life and hope you have a better plan for another day.
Well, in k.rool's case, he's just basically ditching the ship and going straight to Xananam's home world, so...
Oh, hey, so we've basically hit the final boss.
Pretty much, or rather the final world is the next one we're gonna see. But before we start the end game, there are two things we have to do. First of all, the last Lost World level, or Little Island stage as they're technically known, but oh, who am I kidding? Everyone's gonna call them Lost World. It's too ingrained into the psyche of Donkey Kong fans. Oh yeah, this stage, I'll be honest, it can get annoying for various reasons. First off, I've already mentioned the very picky throwing physics, and now you're doing it on a very tight platform.
Yeah.
And we're basically using it to get rid of the mines.
Very tiny targets.
Pretty much, yeah. So, I guess the best way to summarize this level would be precision, and I'm not just talking about throwing. You'll see many examples of what I'm talking about later on.
This I kind to look forward to.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
And then I wonder why you might kill me.
Oh, I got no plans to do that yet.
I like how you pinned yet to that. You know, knowing me, you'd end up sacrificing me to take a bullet from one of the One Piece fans I pissed off. Then again, I'd have that coming.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Anyway. Yeah, this banana coin is also a very irritating, tricky place. Yeah, precision. There we go. Now that I've got the buzzword of precision, I'm going to keep using it throughout this level. So. Because the next part, it's all about where you position yourself. Because, again, there have been many times when I've tried to basically just jump the gun, and I've ended up either hitting the wall and falling to my doom, or missing one of the pegs and then falling to my doom.
Well, at least that part's consistent.
Yeah, throughout this entire part, the best way to get through it is to basically you've got basically take the Hitchhiker's Guide approach and don't panic. Basically, you have to be 100% sure where you're going and what your timings are, because if you just like desperately jump around and try and grab for pegs, you are going to die.
So slow and steady really does win the race. Good to know.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see, leap! That was too close. Oh god, I hate sections like this so much. Basically, what you're gonna try and do here, that switch obviously switches to get to the other side. What you've got to try and do is switch the gates, throw a bomb over to the other side so that it sets off the TNT barrel.
Well, at least you had success fairly quickly.
Yes. The things I do for 100% completionism. Anyway. Thankfully we're nearly there, so...
And you never have to see that again.
True.
Until your next playthrough of this game.
Hey. Well, thankfully, this should be the last playthrough, but unfortunately there's one more stage with that mechanic.
Well, I don't mean on the channel. I mean more in your casual time. There is always that.
And this section, again, this time it's a different kind of precision in that... Yeah.
Oh,
it
God,
looks...
what?
It looks terrifying, but it's actually... All the pegs here, they end up at a certain point where it's pretty easy to grab them, so it's basically about keeping calm and not being distracted by the constantly moving pegs.
I have no idea why, but I find Donkey Kong's moving pegs look amusing for some reason.
Yeah. What, the part where his arm gets torn off? Oh, and Diddy's about to do something cool here, because there's one little trick. Now, the mines technically kill you if they touch Donkey Kong. If you launch Diddy at them, it's apparently fine.
But if you touch them with Diddy...
Yeah, if Diddy's in the attack, he's perfectly fine, but when he's on DK's back, he's dead. It's kind of like the Ichigo effect, really.
Wow, that's an excellent metaphor I can use whenever I argue against Bleach.
This section again, it's terrifying, but let go at the right times and with the right hand, pretty much.
Oh, wow. That looked kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel proud of yourself when you do it right, because yeah, like you said, you look really cool doing it like you're a master at this, but when you get it wrong, oh god, it's painful. In fact, some of you may be wondering why I was so desperately going for bananas that I got to fade out then. The reason why is because if you go back and look at when I started this section, I was on my last life. So I was really, really worried about completing this level.
Understandably so.
Yes. And anyway, we're almost near the end of this freaking stage, so just wait for it. There we go. And that's the last little island level done.
Oh, those weren't as bad as I thought they would be. They sounded so legendarily difficult.
Wait until you play them.
They sounded so legendary difficult, like a challenge of taking on Kenpachi with the cottonwood stick. Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know. Anyway, we now go from the last little line level to the last mini game. We're really storming through it in this part, and the last mini game, we're going to be racing several people using the booster barrels. First up, Funky.
My screensaver just came on. I was sitting here for so long.
Oh, wow.
You know, Funky, for a flight mechanic, you suck at racing.
Yeah, although it doesn't. It's not helping that I'm constantly bargaining whenever I can. That's the thing with racing games. When you take it,
God, Funky.
yeah, when you take away the when you take away the physical consequences, I am perfectly willing to ram any racer I see. As you can see, right from the start of this race with Dixie, I shove her straight into a wall.
Ah, way to express your appreciation of Dixie.
Well, the thing is, you say that, but she catches up surprisingly quickly from something.
Because she's Dixie.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking any advantage I can get, frankly. Also, on a side note, I think this is what the multiplayer in Jungle Climber is like. I say likely because I've only seen like screenshots of it since I don't know anyone else who owns this game. That's oh, it either says something about me or this game. I'm not sure which.
And now you're brutally ramming your best friend.
Pretty much, yeah. And actually,
that sounds really wrong. Moving on.
And one thing I can say about this stage, I thought that this was going to be a failed recording, but somehow I managed to pull a victory out of this.
Dear God. By the same margin you beat Dixie.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. And now we get on to quite possibly one of my favourite mini games, Maxi-Booster Barrel. Now, you may notice there was already a time up there. 30 seconds is all you need to get rank C, but I decided to have another go to do better because, well, I like it so damn much.
Wow, if only you could say that about all the minigames.
Well, I could say that about half of the mini games, just not the boulders one or banana grab. Anyway.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see, I don't really need to explain why I love this video game, do I? I mean, it's got a lot of catchy music and, well, asteroids. You'll avoid... It's a massive test of reflexes. Also, another thing to make note of, there will always be one particular pattern you have to watch out for. There's a spread of 3 asteroids and then a gigantic one. And they constantly appear every few seconds. It's just paying attention to which direction they're coming from.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Just a few small asteroids and then one big-ass asteroid, or as you might be able to say, a big asteroid.
Ugh.
I could not be outdone by Diddy, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, as we wrap up this mini game, and as I deal with that part, I do have to say something, Sven. One of the One Piece fans sent me a letter bomb, and it should be arriving at your house around now.
Oh, son of a...